financial, but skills and people and networks. Because if you plan properly, we can actually um, traverse whatever challenges we might find in the future.
That is a very good point. And it is key, therefore, in terms of planning. You look at the data, you see what is happening, and then you can also inform policy to deal with that so you're not taken by surprise. Good. And of course, Jamaica does punch above its weight because for the small country that we are, our influence really worldwide is immense.
Right. Let me bring another issue here.
Sure.
Migration in Jamaica has long been a kind of a volunteer process.
Yes.
Government's intervention has been minimal in terms of certain interventions.
Yes. Okay.
But in recent times, Jamaica has taken a much more active role in planning in the area of migration. And in fact, let me say that even within the United Nations,
yes,
migration has been largely laid aside because of the political implications and sensitivities around it.
yes.
And only recently, just last year, December, the United Nations adopted a global compact on migration, safe, orderly, and regular migration, and as well as the adoption of a migration compact on refugees.
Yes.
So it's just recently the United Nations has moved in that way.
And although prompted by the migrant crisis, which has taken
right in Syria and so on that prompted that.
Yes.
But also we in Jamaica, we have taken very proactive role in terms of migration policy making. You know, while we have border control laws and protocols and so on,
yes,
we have taken very bold steps in developing what we call a comprehensive international migration and development policy. And look at it, we have linked migration to development, and that is the focus of our policy.
yes.
And we have covered quite a broad area of issues, you know, in that policy. Issues relating to those issues that we have been talking about, return and reintegration and family,
Yes.
and border, and all of those are covered in that policy.
I need to ask this question. In terms of how do you manage this? And you know, I know say that you have tools of migration management, but it must be critical. You still moving the people, skills, goods and services, and so on. And I know time should be running, but I want to at least we could hone in on that a bit, so persons can be a bit more informed as to what is out there in terms of the planning. Keisha?
Okay, so my IOM has developed this framework called the Migration Governance Framework, which pretty much is a tool that sets out certain guidelines and principles that states can follow to ensure effective migration governance.
Yes.
And one of the things, or one of the principles of MyGov is that in order to manage migration properly, you must have a strong migration policy that is implemented using a multi-stakeholder approach. And I must say that this is something that the government of Jamaica has been doing and has set an example for our region, Latin America and the Caribbean. We developed the very first migration profile in the Caribbean. And from the migration profile, Jamaica developed the migration policy, which, as Easton mentioned, it is really comprehensive. The policy looks at the different areas of migration that impacts development in Jamaica and plans to maximize the developmental potential of each of these thematic areas. In addition to that, the government went a little bit further and developed a 5-year implementation plan.
Yes.
So this implementation plan, actually sets out for the government a step-by-step approach in terms of what should be done for each thematic area, who are the responsible stakeholders in terms of leading the process, as well as which stakeholders, both government, non-governmental, NGOs, private sectors, academia, what are your roles as a stakeholder? And this has been done in terms of a multi-stakeholder approach, as in everybody that I mentioned just now
Yes.
actually sits in a room at a table to monitor the implementation of the policy, which is one of the key tools that the government is actually using to manage migration today.
I know that's important so that
Yes.
the agencies are not tripping over themselves.
No,
You know where
exactly.
the jurisdiction
Right.
lie, and therefore you work seamlessly as
Right.
best as you can.
Right.
So it can be an approach which is planned.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. In also in the area of our diaspora,
Yes.
as we said, Jamaica is a very large diaspora out in almost every country.
Yes.
And it's a growing diaspora being seen within the Caribbean region as well. Jamaicans are migrating within the Caribbean region as well.
That's so true.
And so we have moved forward in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ireland, and developed a draft diaspora policy. So we're looking at policies in relation to our own nationals here, people coming, people going, and so on, but also give special attention to our diaspora. For years, we have not really seriously done anything substantial in relation to them. They have migrated. We are not quite sure where they go, how they are integrated in their new societies, and all of that. Now we have taken the bold and proactive steps at this point to rectify that kind of weakness in our migration system, and so that our diaspora can have better consultations, better instruments to follow, and so on, and be managed.
And a blueprint that they can look at.
Right.
This is where the process is supposed to work.
Right.
What can we look forward to in the 12-part series? But in the 12-part series on migration, it's so very interesting. And I think in this instance we are pioneers in the region.
Yes. Information in relation to plan for both short-term and long-term migration movements. We are focusing on that in the upcoming 12-part series. We're looking at safety, investing and tracking your money, remittance,
Yes.
flows and so on. Living up to financial obligations while overseas.
Yes.
I mean, you have left family behind, and we have to ensure that the family is taken care of, and you have a responsibility as a migrant, as a worker, in supporting your family that is left behind. Steps to having a successful migrant worker experience. Supporting family members and including deported migrants into the life of the community, and that is a very important area. Holistically supporting the family in all its dimensions, celebrating the diaspora's contribution to Jamaica, impact on migration on specific groups, men, women, youth, children, and the workforce.
Yes. So we've got a lot to look forward to.
Yes.
And it's rather detailed and important. I wish time permitted, but it really